Following up from last week's Gaelco video, many people wondered why some of the games were missing from that video, not realizing that they were actually not developed by Gaelco. So in this show, some of those games will be covered as they were developed by another Spanish developer, Zigurat software. Originally, Zigurat was a Spanish software house for 8-bit home computers. Founded in 1983 as Made in Spain, the developer, once becoming successful, opened up a branch known as Zigurat, which would be entirely dedicated to distribution and would distribute all the titles by Made in Spain. This arrangement lasted until the death of the 8-bit home micros in Europe. From then, the company turned to develop games for arcade machines under the Zigurat name, but had Gaelco distribute their games. The first arcade game developed by Zigurat was World Rally Championship and was distributed by Gaelco in Europe and Atari in the US. This is by far the best overhead rally game of its type, and that does include the titles on the Neo Geo and home consoles. Zigurat just got everything so right with this title. The controls feel great, corners don't suddenly appear without warning, and the audio design is really nice. There are 4 difficulty levels to choose from, with each having a series of courses to beat. If you manage to complete a course within the time limit, it's on to the next one you go. If you do not, you can continue and try with an additional credit. The following year, in 1994, Zigurat released Target Hit. This is a very basic and rather dull target practice light gun game. Graphically, it looks okay, but nothing that would get you excited. The same can be said about the gameplay and audio. Talking about audio, I'm sure there are some Billy Ocean vocal samples within the music.
Woo, bet you can't believe that. Ready? Woo, bet you can't. Yeah, well done. Ready? Yeah, well done. Ready? Yeah, well done. World Rally Swing Racing.
Coming out 2 years later in 1995, we got World Rally 2. The main difference between this and the original is that this time, 2 players can play via 2 different monitors. The graphics have also been given more detail, which looks good in many areas, but can also look a bit grainy on others. Overall, World Rally 2 is more of the same, but if it wasn't broken in the first place, why mess with it? In the later half of the 90s, snowboarding games were becoming very popular, so it seems only natural to make an arcade one. Surf Planet is a pretty good title, if not void of exciting set pieces during the course. That's not to say it's a bad game. A lot of fun can be had with Surf Planet, but compared to steep slope sliders from Cave and cool borders from Web Systems, it does need a little extra to keep up. In the year 2000, Football Power was released, and it's the first game where you can see Zigurat Software's name actually mentioned. Around the stadium you can see ZS2000 and ZS99 written on the billboards. Finally, the company gets their name on display. Well, sort of. As for the game, it has a unique way of playing. The basic directions, tackle and dribble controls are all done via a joystick and buttons, but for actually kicking the ball, you kick an actual ball controller. Quite a nice idea. Now, I'm no football fanatic and I couldn't really care less about football video games, but I can say, to me, this looks and plays on par with Sega's offerings of the time. And there's a reason for that, as the game runs on hardware very similar to the Dreamcast and Naomi arcade hardware. The final game from Zigurat Software is Gaelco Football, which is nothing more than an update of Football Power. It's also the second game where you see Zigurat Software's name, but this time it's in full.